Hi everyone, welcome to a new video. Today I'm going to watch some unseen footage from these video games. There's also some old demo material and old trailer material. It's a really nice collection of all these GameCube era James Bond games. All the clips and videos I'm watching are in the description below. There's also some links to videos I didn't discuss but I think are interesting as well if you like this. So with that being said, enjoy! So this is all in the game. This is an unseen 3D animation that we don't have in the final game.
He's back.
As is this one, I think.
With more girls, gadgets,
And I do think the voiceover is actually the voiceover that does M as well. Ooh, a bit laggy there.
He's Bond.
Weird that they put that laggy bit in the trailer. Or in the behind the scenes, I must correct myself. So this is new as well. We don't see anything of that in the final version. That BMW going against a red car, I mean then.
Gorgeous Bond women, and you're saving the world, as you would expect.
Featuring a completely new and original single-player storyline, Agent Under Fire brings the best of Bond's world to interactive gaming.
Yeah, that animation. I think it was made for the trailer, not tailor-made, but trailer-made, so to say.
Marrying our creative processes and their technology and understanding of how to make games has resulted in a fantastic experience on PlayStation 2.
So this must come from the original "The World Is Not Enough" features, because well, we of course Bond wears those glasses in "The World Is Not Enough," but he doesn't wear them in Agent in the Fire, I think. We do have glasses in Nightfire. Do we actually have glasses in Agent in the Fire? Can't remember. Too long time ago I played this game. Or too long ago, I must say. So that's a broken down DB5, of course. Really like the music with the dun 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 dun.
Action-packed missions. Agent Under Fire delivers the ultimate Bond experience.
The ultimate Bond experience. I like those flying bullets. Like those bullets go everywhere.
Knuckle driving.
This is the definitive Bond experience for 2001. There's no new film release this year, so this is the place to experience Bond.
I don't know how to thank you.
I'm sure we'll think of something.
Great. I really like those. I really like those moments we don't have in the actual game, because it shows us a bit about how what they wanted to be, but what they couldn't be. Like they wanted to do more and bigger, but of course there were hardware limitations, so they couldn't go bigger than the hardware they had to build upon, like the GameCube and the PlayStation. So the second film I'm going to take a look at is this pre-released Agent Under Fire, which starts with a very Casino Royale-esque gun barrel, which is cool, I think. Although I don't think the filmmakers were inspired by this particular, what is it, pre-release build of the game. I can't remember these scenes being in the actual game. I played Agent Under Fire, but I didn't play it as much as I used to play Nightfire, Everything or Nothing. I played those two a lot more actually. So I don't have a photographic memory of Agent Under Fire as I do have of those two others.
Watch out for that helicopter.
Is that Zoe? Is that the Zoe voice that's actually in the game? And these health bars are different as well. Like in the actual game, there's a gun barrel style health bar here in the left corner, and we don't get that GoldenEye style health bar like we just saw a few moments ago. So this, of course, is the British consulate in the Romania mission. And what's the special? Is this a Nightfire model? No, oh no, it's just the Agent in the Fire one. It does look like a bit. It does look a bit more like Pierce Brosnan than the actual final model they went with, I think. Like just a few of his facial features were a bit more Brosnan-esque. Well, maybe they changed it because of the rights, that they were afraid that it still looked too much like Brosnan, that they had to differentiate themselves more. So here are those GoldenEye style health bars again, the ones on the side and not the one in the left corner like I just described with the...
Well, the famous James Bond.
The famous James Bond, like, Bond is really doing a good job for being famous as a secret agent. I wonder, how do all these villains know he's James Bond? Is there like a... like a WhatsApp group for villains? This moment isn't a game, of course, when she dies. R.I.P.
Bond, did you encounter the Jackal? What happened?
She's fallen for me.
I really like the voice acting of Bond in this game. I think it's really Roger Moore-esque. Like, the guy that voices Bond has this really low and suave voice. Ooh! Ooh, this is nice. Oh, this is really cool. Like, it's a hologram Union Jack. Obviously, there's nothing wrong with having a Union Jack. And this is in the final. This isn't in the final game as well. Wow! Why did they cut this? This is so cool, going through the underground. It really reminds me of GTA. Oh, this is really nice. Oh, it's too bad they cut this. Why did they cut this? That's so cool. Actually, going through the underground. we all know what's happening here. Oh, again that music, David Arnold as music. It's so cool.
I thought that
Ooh, it's actually John Cleese. It's, well, it's a heavyweight John Cleese. Let's put it like that. His shoulders are much more wide than they are in real life. Like, you can put up just John Cleese against The Rock, and this John Cleese might still win. And there's something weird going on with his neck as well. I think, now I think about it, if it's because his neck is way, it doesn't fit in his collar, of course. I think there used to be a different John Cleese model, and then they made the final version, but they didn't change his face yet. So maybe it's the old John Cleese face on the new body model. I think that's what's happening here. But it's actually really cool, and he looks quite good as well, but still very different than the one we see in Everything or Nothing. Which I think tells a lot about Everything or Nothing and how good that game actually looks. It's incredible for a GameCube game. Everything or Nothing looks like it does. I never played the Agent Under Fire multiplayer as much as I played Nightfire and Everything or Nothing, so I didn't really recognize that stage, to be honest, sorry. That car's really... Oh yes, you feel already. I just wanted to say that the car looked really, really broken already, but there it goes. So, time for the next video. An early trailer from Agent Under Fire. Or Espion pour Cible. I don't know, my French is not really good. Ooh! There we have... Oh, that's actually Zoe shooting at Bond. So that's that shot again. I really like that one, but that's Zoe, isn't it? Sorry, I'm going to replay this moment. Yeah, so this is Bond and this is Zoe. But why would Zoe be shooting at Bond? Really don't know. It's a nice car. We don't see that car in the final game. That's cool. And they still didn't change the health meter. And this is the shot we just saw in the original, in the first video we watched. So they changed the health meter probably quite late into development. So this, of course, is... This shows that it was originally planned to be a World Is Not Enough game with those glasses. Because those glasses aren't in the final game, I think. This is really... Ooh, no, we don't have this laser moment as well. It's really cinematic for Agent Under Fire to have a clip of that lady. And here of Bond as well. Because Agent Under Fire, it isn't really a cinematic Bond game. Like Nightfire or Everything or Nothing. So having the clips of that woman going between the lasers and of James Bond having that gun pointing at him. Like, this is way more cinematic than we get in the actual game. So now we get to Nightfire. And the first half of this video is quite recognizable, I think. But the second half does have a few bits. Especially the last shot is really cool of this one. I already checked this one. So, I wanted to pause here because now we can see Bond is actually holding something. Like, we don't see it in the original game. I don't know if Bond's just holding it by his bare hands in the original game or if he does use something. But now in this one it's clear he's using something to hold on, which I guess when he doesn't it would have hurt very much. This is also the new Nightfire model. Like, they began Nightfire with the Agent Under Fire model, but they changed it here already. So, lots of people think it's Desmond Llewellyn. I never thought so. Honestly, I always thought he looked most like the guy from Never Say Never Again with these glasses. It's really a Never Say Never Again type Q and not Desmond Llewellyn at all to me. And I was supposed he was. I always thought it was supposed to be an original character model, not based on anyone from the films, because he doesn't look reminiscent of John Cleese at all or Desmond Llewellyn. This shot, of course, isn't in the final game. Like, I don't know what the plan was, but ooh, this is a very Skyfall-esque shot. Like, this is Skyfall material over here. Look how that truck it flies in the air over here. It's light as a feather. Like, it just goes about 20 meters just from that explosion. This is all new as well. It's really cool to see this. I'm wondering what the original idea was behind this. And this is a way more cinematic Drake than we see in the actual Nightfire game. But the coolest shot still has to come. It's this one. This is so cool. It's a shame they got this because look how brutal that guy falls to the ground. Of course, they used something like that with the death of Domino, or not Domino, of Dominic. But it's a really cool sequence of the guy falling forward and anything. Let's go on with the PlayStation 2 trailer. There's the MGM logo again. Here we go.
The name's Bond. James Bond.
I always thought it was funny because, of course, they still use Pierce Brosnan's face, but they did go for a different voice actor for Bond and Nightfire, and not the same from Agent Under Fire. So I'm wondering if they kept the Agent Under Fire model, if they would have changed his voice actor, or if they wouldn't. It's a nice Easter egg in the original mission in this game. If you begin with a car and a submarine, there's a small Brave logo from Agent in the Fire, which is really cool. Those little nods make it a really, and because there's a Phoenix logo in Everything or Nothing as well, so it feels like like 3 games, really one bundle of games. There's nothing really to see here, I think. Like, this isn't very special. This is all mostly in the game, I think. Yeah. Let's go on to the next one. Oh, this is a really cool one. This is a concept for Everything or Nothing. So this was right after Nightfire. They presented this to executive of EA, which I think it's a Nightfire James Bond model here as well. It's a bit less detailed than the one we've actually in Everything or Nothing, but they do have this Bond sense already. Like this idea of pulling things and the idea of the glass. We of course see it in Die Another Day and in Everything or Nothing as well. In Die Another Day with the ring in the Ice Palace. The music there is the same as well in the final version, I think. Yes, like that slow-mo trance, yeah, like you're in a trance sense of music. Ooh! That's cool, why didn't they use that? So, this of course isn't the final game, which is a really cool mechanic. It really separates Everything or Nothing from Nightfire. Really makes it a different experience. Oh wow! You can actually turn around. So, I haven't seen all of these clips, or some of these I've seen like 4 or 5 years ago. I totally forgot. It looks way more like you can turn in the original game, but you just never do it. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. So it's his new phase, I think, but it's the old tux. Let's take a look again. Yes. This is definitely the everything or nothing phase. Like, you can tell them apart from the Nightfire phase because his eyes are much more narrow in this model. But the suit is definitely not everything or nothing. He wears a totally different suit in everything or nothing than he does in Nightfire. His eyes were, or his arms were clipping through his body as well. So this is in Germany, I see, because of the Polizei text on the side of the car. Ah, there's the classic Aston. So he isn't going for the Aston Martin. He's going for the Nightfire truck. This is the one we see in Paris, I think. Yes. So why isn't he going for the first Vanquish? Ooh. Yes. Wow, this is really cool because it's so different than we see in the final version. We're going to watch the full. Oh! Ah, you can choose between them. Wow. Oh, there's a Porsche. Look, there's a Porsche to the left. It's probably a Need for Speed model, because I think EA had to use some quick models to fill up the space, so they probably just used a Need for Speed model, especially because they used the engine from that game for Everything or Nothing and Nightfire. So you already got multiple options. Wow. Oh, that's cool. The barrel flip is really cool, and there isn't the sound like in The Man with the Golden Gun, which is good. We're going. There's another one. Oh wow. I'm curious as if this one's different. I guess the other one is a more cinematic one, and this one is explaining what's happening. So entering Bond's sense. But I think style points. So this is more explaining to the people who should have watched it. I think the executive of EA what was happening and what the idea was behind all this. Like there's his arm clipping through again. Alright. Ooh, well, we didn't. Well, I don't know. I want to say we didn't see the animation, but maybe we did. Let's go on to the next one. So this is a trailer with the new EA logo, not the old one. Oh wow. Very Skyfall as this. So that isn't Pierce Brosnan. Ooh! That's Bond just pushing a woman into a knife. So without a doubt, Bond just pushes her into the guy. Like, what do you mean Bond doesn't kill women? There he goes. He looks quite old in this one, I think. It looks a bit Roger Moore of You to a Kill-esque. Like, I don't know if you get what I mean, but Bond looks a bit older in this one. But it's a very cinematic one, this. Wow. Here's the mechanic again. Ooh, that's really cool with the parachute. Like using the parachutes, and I guess it's demanding too much from a game console of that era to actually handle all these kind of graphics. But this looks really good. It's funny. It already says Everything or Nothing. Wait, let's go back one video. Here it already says Everything or Nothing, but it looks nothing like the actual game. Like there's nothing. Well, there's the mechanic like this, but there's nothing in this trailer that actually looks like or actually resembles something that is in the final game. I'd expect this would be a Skyfall game with the beginning with the guy with the sniper, and not here. This is Skyfall, and with this is Casino Royale with the knife. This isn't a Pierce Brosnan game. This is a Daniel Craig game. Well, let's go on to the next video. What's this? James Bond 007. Oh, it's like a menu, like James Bond 007. Like it wasn't titled Everything or Nothing yet, but maybe because it's a demo. Oh no, because it's over here. Really cinematic with it voiceover. I never understood why, like the code number 007 doesn't mean anything to Bond, but we shouldn't care too much, I think. It does look quite... That's a different outfit, however. This is his final outfit, but in some of the development material, you'll see Bond with his... this is a different outfit as well. Like in some development material, Bond has this outfit with short sleeves, and in the final he only wears the one with the long sleeves. And that's the one on the... Ooh, the car is silver as well, which is red in the final version. But on the motorcycle, yeah, this one, this is a different suit here as well. Different stealth suit. So there are a few differences in this one. Yeah, here it's definitely a different suit and a different HUD as well. His lives of Bond here with the 007 logo, and the weapon changing aspect here in the HUD we just saw. It's all different from the final version. Cars are spawning in much later as well. Like that truck just disappeared in front of Bond's eyes. There seemed to be more traffic in the final version. Ooh, that's a big flamethrower. I don't think it's that wide in the final version. Is this Bond racing? Because so this cinematic is already here. I'm wondering if the cinematic with Jaws is there at the end, and if they knew it was going to be Jaws. So let's take a look. Yes, they're here. There's actually a Jaws meter. So they did give away Richard Keel was coming with. Well, of course, that's logical because he's a big name. Mission accomplished. So there isn't a cutscene with Jaws, and there isn't anything to really proper end the level like we have in the final version of the game. So actually there's something in this demo which I didn't know, and I played these missions a lot. I really played this game a lot in the past few years. I played it since 2004, since it actually came out. So of course there's the Gummo, which is also in the final game. The blood is different than the Pierce Brosnan games, however. It's a bit quicker or a bit less animated, less animated. That's not Judi Dench. That's actually the Nightfire M talking to Bond here. Really corny. Really corny. But doesn't matter. So this, of course, all is in the actual final Everything or Nothing video game. This is one of the first levels you start with. Like there's a different health bar. And this one is just to show the mechanic that was shown in the previous trailers. But there's something to the left. Oh, now he's zooming into the barrel. There's something on the left over here. There's a plateau. And I never knew we could actually visit that plateau. Until I saw this trailer. So, this Bond sense is zooming in really far. But look, that's something I never knew. So I was flabbergasted. I first saw this clip. I think it was about a year ago I first saw this one. But there's this moment you can climb up, and I never knew that. Like, it was totally new for me. It's so stupid. I really didn't know this. And I think the rest of this clip is all quite shamey to the final version. So after Everything or Nothing, the producer wanted to make a new James Bond video game, and back then Pierce Brosnan was still James Bond, and I don't know why, but they made this little trailer with the 007 logo emerging from the water. And because Pierce Brosnan was still James Bond back then, because this is 2005, yes, I believe, yes, here it is. It's just a little trailer, literally just this, to prepare us for a new Bond game. Maybe it was shown at E3 or something, like, well, we're going to make a new Bond game, so get hyped already. So let's see what they did for development. And this is really cool. Like, this is a really early development for the 2005 game. It's just a Brosnan concept video. Again, all the links are in the description, so you can look it up for yourself down below if you want to. And this is really cool because this is such an early development stage of making video games. Like, the T-pose is just Bond getting blown out here, and it's Bond fighting against Bond. He looks so funny with the T-pose. It reminds you of the GoldenEye dam. And this back here as well. Like look how it goes over here. It doesn't there isn't yet any physics or anything. This looks so cool. Bond can slide underneath. This Bond is getting a bit bold over here, I see. But it's really cool to see this early development stage. And well, probably there would have been some sort of barrel in a boat that exploded, and you have to jump right over it. In the background, you just saw the barrel from Everything. Like these are Everything or Nothing barrels. I'd recognize those. And then you'd escape. Oh wow! So this is really cool. I really like this one because it's something we've never seen. The public never saw it. So the clip we just saw, they finished it, and that's this one, which is really cool because now you can see the development and how it changed everything. El Diablo, South Africa. So this is the version we just took a look at. Oh wow, this is so cool. It's such a shame they couldn't finish this game because of the break with Pierce Brosnan, because this looks so great. And of course it's a demo, so it probably, just like the Everything or Nothing demo we just watched, it could have been totally different, but the idea is just so cool. Wow, look how good he looks. Like, that's amazing. I like the Everything or Nothing music. It's a really Tomorrow Never Dies-esque moment, like Bond just dodging, just dodging it with, or not Tomorrow Never Dies, I mean GoldenEye, when he is in Alex base, like he dodges the bullet just by going like this with his hand. So this is great, and I love the Brosnan model and how cinematic it looks, and it's so easy. Like, it's crazy. Agent Under Fire was only 3 years or 4 years older than this one is. His jacket as well. Like, look how it blows in the wind. Like, this is nothing. Like, it's actually going up. That's nothing like we see in any of the Bond games. And of course, it's a cinematic. And oh, they replaced the jet ski. It's so cool. It's original. It's almost like it's original Pierce Brosnan material as James Bond, but in some way it is. Oh, I love this. I love it. It's so cool. James Bond, 2005. Oh, that's great. That's actually great. So that's it for Everything or Nothing. Not Everything or Nothing. That's it from the concept game that I couldn't finish. Now it's time for a game we're all very familiar with. So this, of course, is a Connery concept with the DB5 for From Russia with Love, and I guess this is the Istanbul level, but it's nothing like the actual Istanbul level. It's a very early version, but it's nice to see nonetheless. It's a bit blurry. Here's a really cool one as well. So this is the actual concept they showed. Like, that's Tanya. It doesn't really look like Tanya. Very Thunderball-esque with the jetpack. Oh wow, look at that Connery model. That's amazing. But that's just like the Pierce Brosnan model we just saw. It's not like we would actually see it in an actual game. Oh, that's so cool, closing his belt. Ooh, that's one thick number plate holder over there. Or license plate holder. Oh, this is really cool. It's almost a bit mafia-like. Like the mafia games from 2K. And it's very different than... Ooh, I like that. Like the bus going in front of Bond. Ooh, that's actually the Orient Express in the background, I think. But it's very different than the actual From Russia with Love game. Which is not as polished as Everything or Nothing. Ooh, those are some badass rockets. But of course, they had to convince the actual people at EA from like, no, a From Russia with Love game will work. We can actually do something with that. This is all like we see it in the actual game.
May I help you? A dry martini. Shaker, not stirred.
However, I do think oh, she's wearing a different dress. I do think he has the flower in the actual game. Like he doesn't have the flower in this version, but in the actual game he wears the flower like he wears it in Goldfinger. The cinematic is a bit different as well, because he looks way more cinematic in this one. I think, like he looks a bit different than in the original. And in the original, we have the guy telling like, "Too bad, Mr. Bond. The game is over. No, the game is over, Mr. Bond." And then you have Connery like, "I think it's just begun." And this is it's the Everything or Nothing low screen here. It's not the From Russia with Love one, which is funny. And then there's a different HUD as well. So obviously, older games or older versions of games do use different HUDs and different menus and everything. So it's funny to see. It's more square. Than the original. And then it's a bit less polished, like there isn't any pattern on the wall and on the floor. Or maybe it's just too blurry, I don't know. So this is all, we're all very familiar with this. So I'm wondering if the final videos might be a bit different. Let's see. Also, if you play the game on Dolphin, and you fight against this helicopter, you can see there's actually no pilot and no Prime Minister's daughter in the... Oh look, here's the flower. You can see there's actually no Prime Minister's daughter in the helicopter when you play the final game in Dolphin. It's quite funny. So this is very nice. But we do have some more on From Russia with Love. It's a scrapped multiplayer level, and it's Vauxhall Cross, which is the same name they used for the. I was thinking like, what's a giant thumb doing in this game? But it's a screen recording, of an actual screen recording. But it's the same name of the one they use in Die Another Day. I guess that one is the same name. So it's like a little Easter egg, I think. And this is just a multiplayer level, and it's really cool, but it's a shame they scrapped it, because it's actually really cool. I really like the idea of a Bond multiplayer level in the underground, especially since we had Die Another Day and Skyfall more recently, which is quite cool. And of course, it's in the World's Not Enough game as well, in the N64 version. But it's I wouldn't say the tube is Bondian, but it's fun nonetheless. Because for me, I'm not English, so I don't see the tube as often as some of you Londoners. So for me, it's still a real British feeling the tube has, and a really London-esque feeling. Like it is a bit related to Bond in my head. So now we go to Quantum of Solace. Let's see what's different. Oh, this is the scrapped ending, which is it's way longer than the short binoculars we see in Bond going in the PS3 version and the Xbox 360 version. Like there's Bond actually outside. It's crazy to think about what happened to the Craig era if Craig actually killed Mr. White here, because it's funny to think how different the canon version from Bond video game Daniel Craig is than cinematic Daniel Craig. Like the film Daniel Craig has a really different life with Tracy and Goldfinger than the cinematic Daniel Craig. And it's weird to think about. Let's see, what's this? It's a different silhouette here in the left corner. Oh, I think this is from Casino Royale. And this is Bond going into the building. Wow, that's cool. So this is what would have been inside the pre-title sequence. It's very black and white as well. Actually, I think it's totally black and white. There's nothing of color. There's no color at all. Ooh, it's really cool. So this is the lift we see Dryden in. Only in the film we can see from the outside. Oh, there's the music. There's the music. I'm really curious. I really can't remember this. Oh, this is cool. It's a long lift. It's a long wait. Oh, wow. This takes forever. It's quite close to the original, like with all the glass and all the metal and there's this SIS logo, so it is an MI6 building. I'm wondering if they actually went to the set or they got some set designs to base this level on. That's really cool. This. What would Bond make? What would the copy be? Well, they can always do it in. You can always put it in my top secret file, of course. I like the detail of the top ones falling down. That's a neat little detail. That's funny, but I hope they recreate the sequence with Dryden. I don't know. I've never seen this one, so. I suppose this is what would have been Dryden's office. Or maybe it's just a set design and there isn't, or there aren't any other things. Because this is the PS2 version as well, just like the ending we just saw. So this is clearly an early development part of the game. Dryden has entered the building. Oh wow! Maybe it's empty because it's in the film. It's quite an empty building as well. So where would Dryden be? Would he be in his office? No. Many empty offices. Well, it's very cool. You can. Dryden has entered the building. Yes, we already knew that. Dryden has entered the building. Swipe card. So that's not really secretive, Bond. If you're about to assassinate someone, I wouldn't use a machine gun to announce you're coming. There's just this last thing I wanted to show you. Before I end this video, and it's something that has to do with Everything or Nothing. It's the placeholder for the title sequence. And Maya isn't here yet. In progress placeholder. This is what's supposed to what the tanks will be. It's a really awkward foot down there. It's really awkward. Do you guys like the Everything or Nothing song? I think it's fine. I'd rather listen to Everything and Nothing than I listen to Another Way to Die. Ooh, that's actually quite explicit. I never got these bubble round shapes. Like, of course, this is Brosnan's gun barrel wall, but what do those round ball shapes have to do with Bond? Like, nothing. Not even with this story. So that's it. That's just the placeholder they used. But a fun quick watch nonetheless. So thank you everyone for watching. I hope you liked this video. If you did, please subscribe and don't forget to like this video. That's it for this time, and see you next week. Alright, bye.